Microphone is on and everybody. Hope you can hear me okay. You want to go ahead and get a teacher-led curriculum. You don't necessarily want to just have a box because then that means that you're going to be the teacher. And if you're not comfortable in that role, because it varies the parent role versus teacher role, you want to teach them like a teacher, not like a parent. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I'll just give an incident that happened today. My grandson was trying to learn multiplication. My daughter was teaching him, and she does an awesome job with him. She's a really great parent. However, she was the tone of voice was as mom, not as teacher. You know, we all have those mom dad voices. And I just interjected because, when people are stressed, especially young children, cortisol fills their brain, so they're not able to respond as they would respond if they were calm. So, just if you are going to purchase that curriculum, make sure that it's teacher led. We do offer that at ABC Tutor LC. There are other programs as well that do offer teacher led instruction. That's best. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and take advantage of that. And I know there are some programs who offer free teacher-led instruction, Head Start programs, and GSRP. So you want to take advantage of those in your community as well. Okay. I did mention that having an online instructor not actually being in class does limit access for development of social emotional learning and social problem solving. So that you want to make sure that if you are doing online curriculum with teacher led, that they do address that in some way. There are different curriculums that they can use to do that through skits and puppet shows and things like that. So you want to make sure that that's included. Alrighty. I'll go on to another question here. How do you teach preschoolers to match? So I just answer this question with a little comedy. Teach children learn best from things that make the most sense to them, of course. So you might want to start off with them matching their socks. So start off with things that make sense to them. Don't start off making it complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated at all. Um, Things that make sense to them. Match up Cheerios, match up the marshmallows and the Cheerios, rather. Match up things that immediately make sense to them. That's why I suggested their socks, their colored t-shirts, their colored pants. Put all their jeans together. Put all their dress slacks together of colors and things like that. Their t-shirts together when you're organizing their drawers, because you want to make sure that you are organizing or showing them how to organize their drawers so that they can keep their mind clear. The Bible talks about that actually. God works in organization, in order. So you want to make sure even something as simple as their sock drawer is organized and has order. Okay. All right. I'm checking the questions down here to see if anyone is asking a live question. Not yet. So I'll skip back to the non-live questions. Let's see. Where and what books for kids do you usually read to the children that I teach? I usually teach through books that are developmentally appropriate, that they address a specific domain. So if the class is dealing in with maybe biting each other or a lot of hitting, I'll use more social emotional books to read and ask them how they feel. The children in the book or the characters in the book can solve the problem. Um, if we're talking about letters, you want to make sure that it's coordinated. So the books do not have a lot of writing in them. They're developmentally appropriate. And you can actually teach literacy essentials through that. So don't just skim past the large vocabulary in a book. So you're reading about the alphabet, and Allie the alligator has a big appetite. You don't want to rush past the word appetite because that's a chance for your learners to get a new aspect of being hungry. Being hungry means you have a big appetite. They're used to the word big, but explain, what appetite means. And it's a good chance for them because that's a teachable moment. So they can see the A, they can say the I, and the other words in appetite. So when you're learning letters, you don't always want to go in order because children will learn a song or a pattern versus the letter. So you want to teach them out of order. So that's the kind of books that I always make sure that I'm addressing a developmental domain, whether it's social, emotional, physical, meaning gross motor and fine motor, language, cognitive development, things in that area, literacy, math, English language acquisition, and things like that. All right, let me go back to the live questions. See if anybody posted a question here. No, not yet. So let's go back to this question that came in. Let's see. I think I'm doing good. Someone actually asked me what state pays preschool teachers the most. I don't know. I mean, it depends on the teacher's education, of course. If you're going into public or private, what if you're going into a GSRP program? Those are usually, they have, it's called grantees, the one that oversees, that writes the checks after they get them from the state. The governor signs the papers and all of that. So those are generally fixed salaries. But according to Google, the best paying states for preschool are, drum roll please, da 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 da. All right, I'm going to read this. The states and districts that pay preschool teachers the highest mean salary are New York with $48,630, Connecticut, which is $43,350, the District of Columbia, which is $42,060, New Jersey, $40,880, and Hawaii, $39,560. So if you want to do further research, like I said, this came straight from Google. Another question is, how does the technology affect children's learning? Now, this is a big question, of course, that we know that we're all addressing this now due to COVID-19 and children needing glasses because they're on the computers too much and things like that. Technology does alter the way our brain works. Too much technology, rather. It changes the way your brain functions and sees content. There's studies that were done earlier. There's a book called The Shadows by Nicholas Carr. The internet is changing my brain, rewiring my brain. He explains it in detail in that book, and it really helped me. But all things work best in moderation. Technology does enhance student ability to learn content, and it does address multiple learning styles. However, all in moderation. That's pretty much what I have to say on that. I mean, I can comment more if someone else has a question about it more, but definitely you just got to monitor it. I'm going to be on here for 2 more minutes, for 15 minutes. That's how this is going to work for a little while, just 15 minutes. So I'll come on in and ask a question. I'm going to type something here to make sure this is working. Welcome, come on in. We are live. All right. Excuse me. Oh, I apologize. Hold up. Sorry about that. Had one of those tickles in my throat. All right, let's see. I'm going to do one more question. It says, you got to be careful. You can't even cough anymore. All right. Let's see. Well, these are like older questions. Actually, that's it. That's all I have for today. But I got a cough again. I had a tickle. Someone asked me, what is the global framework for ICT in early childhood education? And I simply answered that research now shows the delayed attention to ICT in early childhood without pedagogical support was an error, and how necessary it is to allow teachers to use technology iteration to enhance child learning. Like I mentioned before, excuse me, I need some water. I'm sorry, I gotta end this. I got this tickle, but I will get back. Like I said, next Saturday. Go ahead and leave a comment if you have something to say, and I will check back. All right, be blessed. Bye bye.